Hello and welcome to G-Views. We got ourselves another video. This one is going to be the MarSue winter leather gloves. Yes, it's January and you need to stay warm. That's why I'm reviewing these winter gloves. They are leather, they're jet black, and they actually have a smartphone touchscreen. It's probably going to be one of the first questions, so you can move your finger like this, which I do have a little bit of a con on about. But anyways, they are leather, they're jet black. They have a cashmere lining on the inside, which you can see right here, and they actually are very comfortable. So they were $30. I think I already said that, but if not, there you go. This is what they look like. They kind of have like this fray out here, and they have like this the wrist is cinched a little bit, and you just got 5 fingers. So the pros. Well, the pros for these is that, well, they're really comfortable, and they're very warm. I was actually quite surprised. They are actually pretty thin. They fold easily, which is another pro. But because of that, when I first got them, I didn't think I was going to be that warm. I haven't needed any other glove. I haven't thought about having any other type of glove. They work, for the most part, they're mostly waterproof. Like, they'll get wet, the water will come off, it's not a big deal. I'm not saying you should wear these in the rain exclusively all the time. You might want something a little bit different, but, if you're casually wearing in and out of a building, it's not a big deal at all. You can throw snowballs just fine. So they're good. They're good for that, and it's a definite pro. They're comfortable. They're very warm. The cashmere, I thought was going to be a little bit of a gimmick, and it's not. It's actually very comfortable. And that's about it for the pros. I can't think of anything else for these, aside from they have the smartphone touch. But it's time for the cons. Cons! Okay, time for the cons. The cons of these, and there are a few, though I will say of the cons, I actually don't think it detracts from the product overall, from my overall score. The main con that I have with this is that they're not really that durable. They run a little small when you first buy them, but they're definitely going to stretch out. They're going to stretch out easily within a month, certainly within 2, and so they're going to get really wide. They're not going to look the same as when you bought them. So there's that. Also, the phone touchscreen, you would think in theory it's good, and for the most part it is. But the problem is that the fingertips are really flat at the end, and maybe my fingers are just a little bit shorter than what they designed for the glove. But I actually don't think that's the case. The way that they stitch this at the very end, your fingertips are going to be a little flat, so you don't really get a lot of feedback on the phone when you're using it, and that's another con that I think is worth at least mentioning. Also, they are very slippery, so if you have a phone and it doesn't have a case on it, it could easily fall out. Lastly, and I don't even know if this is a con, but this is just something that I noticed, is that these kind of remind me of like whatever James Bond assassin would wear. They kind of look like murder gloves. Okay, they're jet black. You've seen these 10 times in every video, and so you might have people stand maybe a foot away from you further than they normally would, and I do think that's a little bit of a con in the design. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but I can't fault them for that. I guess maybe that's just what winter gloves. I guess assassins just always wear winter leather gloves. And that's basically it. The one thing I did forget, these actually work really well if you're driving. I thought there was plenty of grip, even though it's slippery on a phone. When you're getting in and out of a car, there's still plenty of dexterity to like push buttons on a knob or like to hold the steering wheel just fine. You can easily get your keys out of your pocket, I think. And so overall, I think they're a really good glove. And that's basically it. So my overall score is an 8 out of 10. I think they were $30. I think it's a little pricey. I would have loved to buy them for $25. I think that would be a great deal. But for $30, I think they're a solid winter glove. I have no interest in having any other glove for the rest of the season. And I definitely like it. So I think it's a buy. But there are some things about the looks that maybe you can tell from this video that you might decide, hey, I don't really like the look of them. But overall, I think these are great gloves. I like them. I have no interest in buying anything else. And that is it. G-Views, link, like, subscribe. We got some more coming to you. All right.